All right. Hey, weirdos. So, this is not really an instructional video. It's more of a promotional video for my upcoming coal paint class at Riverside R&R in Worthington on August 29th, this Thursday. If you would like to get signed up, all you have to do is click going on the event on Facebook, and you'll be RSVP'd officially, and I will save you a spot. But I am going to give you a nice high-level view of how I make my Hollered Ground paint, which I make out of West Virginia coal that I find in just all of the creeks and hollers that I wander around. And the first thing that I do is once I get it, you find it in the creek, it'll have the nice angular parts. You can tell if you're from around here, you know what coal is. Then the next step, I really need to get it blacker than it is. This is, since it's in the creek, it's got a lot of organic material and things like that in it. So I think I may be making coke, like the old coke ovens from the steel industry around here and farther north of us. But what I do, I superheat it in an oxygen deficient environment. So kind of like you would make char cloth or charcoal out of wood or something like that. I crush it up into little smaller pieces just to get the air more evenly into it, and put it in this can. Can's got 3 very small holes in the top of it, and I put it in the fire, in a campfire, on a torch, whatever, wherever I'm at. If I'm here at the gallery, it'll be on a camp stove. At home, I throw this in the fire, and when it stops expelling all of the flammable gases out of these holes, it's ready. It smells like fresh asphalt or something when you're done. I don't know, but yeah, so I think that's coke. Then from there, I'll bust that up into smaller pieces. They go in my makeshift mortar and pestle here. It's like an old porcelain dog bowl. And this stuff requires a lot to get it fine. So I had to take a 20-pound sledgehammer and I cut it in half. And then I just work it. Just kind of, whoops, that's not the way. Just work it back and forth like this. If you get tired, you can spin it. You gotta knock the sides, get it back down to the middle. So then that gets processed into finer and finer pieces until it'll all fit through this, you know, from the dollar store, Walmart, whatever, permanent metal coffee filter. So from this coffee filter, it goes into the jar. This is our super fine jar, and this is everything. Nothing touches this jar that hasn't went through this filter. And then, see that we got a little extra that went through the filter there. But then we will take and I will scoop out some, and like I said, there will be a more in-depth instructional video coming where we actually do this. Right now I want to give you a little bit about the process and let you know maybe why. This is why the paintings cost a little bit more. It's why the classes cost a little bit more. There's a lot of work involved here. It's not just running and picking up some paint. But we put some scoops out. Normally be 4 scoops. Be a nice pile there. We'll make a hole in the middle. Then this is to start the molding process. This is a molar. It's how you traditionally have always got your paints down. And this is an old slab of marble that I got from West Banco, the old West Banco building in Fairmont. As they're doing renovations, they store this stuff and sometimes want to get rid of it. So this has been very handy. So we start, I'll put a little water on it to get it to flowing. And it's very hydrophobic. It will not take the water just on its own. But if you spray with a little alcohol, it sucks that water up really well. And this will also, if you get it too runny, use the alcohol to dry it back up a little bit. And you're just mulling and mulling and grinding. This is a very flat piece of glass. Now, that takes up about the first hour of this process, the mulling for an hour. And then we can start loading in our chemicals, or our ingredients. Right now I'm making watercolor. So I'm using gum arabic and ox gall. And like I said, I'll get into the ratios later. Gum arabic is basically the sap of the acacia tree. They use it in food, use it in gummy bears and chewing gum, spearmint, stuff like that. Then the ox gall, just a couple drops really makes this paint flow well. When it hits the paper and makes a little explosion, it's beautiful. And then, let's see, then clove oil, just a couple drops of clove oil so it doesn't mold. Because a lot of these are real natural ingredients. You have the gum arabic and then honey. Honey really helps it with its re-wetting capability. So we mull for an hour, and you're always scraping things back in. And again, scrape it off of there. And then after we get all the ingredients mixed in, then it's about another 20 to 30 minutes of mulling until it gets a very, very plasticky consistency to it. It goes from a gritty toothpaste to a very smooth, plasticky type of consistency. And then it gets loaded into just seashells. That's traditionally how it would have been stored. Tempera paints or watercolors, anything. And these are just like, you just use them like your Crayola pans that you buy, and you just wet your brush, wet in there, and paint with them. And it's super fun. We have a lot of fun stencils for people to use. There'll be, of course, bear and cardinal, Bigfoot. We've got some deer, got some state outlines. But that is Thursday, August 29th. And I'll run you through a better rendition of it there if you come. And yeah, that's it. Just click going on the Facebook to RSVP. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. See you then.